Here we go. Welcome back to Kamen Review, episode number 247. Yes, I'm finally back to reviewing Kamen 01. I would have done more, but I'm just getting very tired right now, so I just decided to just do 2 episodes. 7, mostly put, is about out to find about a basketball hamburger where he's being, requested to reboot him because he was in a program about military speaker. Despite the fact he was training his team really well, at one point the school was attacked, and then he decided to have practice anyways in a closed building that was ordered by a government agency. So Arthur was like, why don't you just practice in my company gymnasium? Yeah, he just invited him there, which nothing really wrong with that per se, and it allows him to practice, no problem, and they end up losing the game anyways by a point. But, and also the fact apparently made a bet if he lost, he had to reset. So, and then of course, then apparently it was his motivation to not disband the roster, because the club basically was verge of disbanding because they didn't focus on their exams anyways, so then they bring in more players and also kind of helping their coach basically along the way because he had reset himself. I got handed episode 7. This was a really interesting episode, this one. Also, this was interesting. So, this also was a debut of 01 Blizzard mode, thanks to, of course, to Kamen Valkyrie giving him, like, I'm the technical advisor for AIMS. Like, okay. Now, I get the fact that Fura knows Altro is 01, but you're probably thinking, how did Fura find out he's 01? I'm thinking she must have suspected from the start he was 01, because at first, basically, he had to keep it a secret, and then he just transferred in front of him anyways, just to gain his trust. So, and this is a really good, a very good written episode. I actually really enjoyed episode 7. Episode 8 is basically the episode where, of course, they also have this thing called this buddy who was basically there tried to assassinate 01. He does the same thing kind of next episode. But the thing is, this whole thing is like that the hamburger basically are nurses and doctors, which apparently diagnose people faster. And apparently, according to Habaru, the guy who is leader of this terrorist organization, apparently the world population is 7.7 billion. I think that's accurate. I don't know. I don't know if it's... I have heard that it has reached 7 billion, but I don't know if it's really true or not. I have no idea. So, and of course, like, oh, assassinate somebody, I thought he was destroyed. And it was like, I had backup. So first, basically targeting Valkyrie, and they want to get their hands on the hospital security system just so they can corrupt the hemorrhoids that are there. And, of course, also, this is the episode where Fur figures out that this guy is actually the one who caused the daybreak incident. You know, the thing that was brought up, I think it was first mentioned, episode 2, I think it was. And it was thoroughly explored in 4. And, yeah. I mean, it was suspected. I think if you were suspected, since basically he first showed on the video screen. And now speaking about now, this is where they found about the arc for the first time. The Harper's mentioned about the arc since the start of the show, and I like the fact basically this is something that's been building for quite a while, and we see him in action. We actually did see him briefly in episode 4, briefly transform here. So apparently this is Kamen Poison, yes, where he transforms from a scorpion, and he actually defeats Fura. Yeah, and it's on a cliffhanger. I thought this was really cool. I gotta admit, so far, it's not basically I took a break from the series per se. No, the problem was basically a bunch of stuff come up for new stuff that I reviewed that got in the way. So I'm thinking, presumably tomorrow, I might be able to get it to go on pause tomorrow. I'm thinking so because I only have 8 more to go before I go on pause. Yep. Excuse me. So, that's pretty much the particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe to notifications. I'll see y'all tomorrow for not only a review for Kamen 01, but also Chain Soldier, the final episode of Easygoing Defense Territory by Albus Lord, and Jack of all trades. Okay? Next video. Bye. Bye.